Hi, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video that I'm going to try to do under 15 minutes. Wish me luck. All right, y'all. So let's just go to I'm going to go to our Calmer Bliss cards and just get us a mantra that we can use. Mantras are really good when you are trying to work on, imprinting, like changing a limiting belief, imprinting a new belief in your mind. I like to use mantras a lot. I like to use mantras a lot when I'm doing yoga. So whenever I put my hands at heart center, I would say a mantra. And then I also like to use mantras with angel numbers. So whenever I see, like, say 222, I say I am grateful that I am grateful that I am manifesting the life of my dreams. Or if I say 555, I am handling the winds of change gracefully. Whatever you want, 1010, I am grateful to be going through this time of, self-improvement and self-development. Whatever you want, this is a good way to use mantras. So angel number 111. So dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, what is a mantra that we can use for this week whenever we are just having some struggle, or just for whatever you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer mind. Let's get us a mantra that we can use. One mantra. I'm going to take the bottom card. And the mantra that we're going to use is, this is a new one. I keep my heart open so that I may freely give and receive love. Angel number 147. I love this message because it literally has this beautiful heart and it's like an open window. And I love this because I feel like what God is saying is that sometimes when we experience heartbreak in our life, we can find ourselves building up walls in our hearts to protect ourselves, but really that blocks out the love. You see how this window is open and it like has rays out. But sometimes when you're hurt, that window is closed and you're not able to send out those vibrations. And so what God is saying, no matter what is going on in your life, even if you've experienced a recent breakup, if you realize angel number 220, the guy that you really loved, you're not going to be able to be with, God is saying, don't allow that to harden your heart, but really keep yourself open. When I was saying that, it made me think about, recently I was watching Big Love, and this girl was talking about, I forgot her name, but I think she was like a sports agent or something. And she was just talking about like how she had just went through like this really bad breakup. And she was like, and for the first time in my life, instead of like being very bitter or sad that this thing was ending, like I really got excited because I told myself that if this relationship is ending, then that means that somebody, new is coming in my life. That means that I'm about to meet my husband. And so she was like, she's like, if you really genuinely believe that, or if you tell yourself that, you have to, and then so she said she did that, right? And then that was the first breakup that she didn't cry and all that other stuff, angel number 316, and then she ended up meeting her husband. And so when I think about that, I think about how creation is done in your mind, body, and spirit. It's happening in 3 steps. First, you think the thought, then you say the words, and then you act them out. That's how you truly manifest. And so she made that belief in her mind of saying that I'm not going to be sad because I'm going to meet my husband. And then she talked that out loud. I'm not going to be sad about this breakup because this breakup is leading me to my husband. And then she actually, in her daily life, movement, the power of the body, she actually moved and walked, and she wouldn't allow herself to be sad. Like she probably cried a couple times, but she wasn't down and depressed, because if you really believe that this relationship is ending so that you can end up with the one, you wouldn't be depressed, right? You'll be happy, you'll be excited, you would just be working on being the best you, so that when this person comes in your life, you're prepared for it, right? So this card makes me think about that, of like, if whatever is happening in your life, just be like, this is leading me closer to my end goal. This is leading me closer to the person that I really want to be with, okay? Angel number 420. This message is giving me totally love angel vibes. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this deck. Oh, look at this. I love this. And I wasn't even going to read this, but it says, I exude an energy of strength and calm while experiencing moments of change. Angel number 444. And so I feel like, again, God is doubling down on what I was saying before about how we can learn from, I think her name was Erica or Tasha. I don't know. How we can learn from the lady from Big Love on even if you just broke up with somebody, even if you're experiencing some type of change in your love life, but you ultimately, you know that you want to be married, or you know you want to be a wife, or you know you want to have this long-term partner, instead of being sad, it's not saying that you don't need to feel your feelings, so we don't believe that, so you feel your feelings, but you also feel it with knowing in mind that I may be sad that I'm releasing this part of my life, that me and this person can't be together anymore, but I'm not going to be super sad because I know that it's ultimately leading me to the person that I'm supposed to be with. And so I want you to start practicing with that. How would you move if, you know, you really believe that this person that you broke up with is leading you to the one? How you will act differently, you will move differently, you probably will handle a breakup differently. And so God is saying, keep your heart open, handling the change, you know, going with the waves of the change. Angel number 550, it will probably get you closer and closer to the one. Oh my God, calling in your soul. I couldn't even shuffle the cards. I wish y'all could see this. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmation, and visualization help bring your soulmate together. So again, this makes so much sense, because what God is saying is that as you are, even if you're having heartbreak, angel number 1616, keeping your heart open, keeping your heart open, using these moments of change to focus on what you do want, using visualizations and writing letters, and like really, you know, even stuff from your dreams, really using all of that good energy to project out what you really want. When you do that, you will get the love that's truly meant for you. The last card at the bottom is you deserve love. You are lovable. And so this is what God is saying. The reason why you haven't met the person, the reason why you haven't met your soulmate, it's not because you're not lovable. It's not because you're not worthy of love. It's probably because your heart has been just shut down. And that instead of just going with the flow of these breakups and having the belief that this person is going to ultimately lead you to the person of your dreams, you have been like taking the breakups and being like, oh, I'm unlovable, nobody's gonna love me. And God is saying, don't do that. Keep your heart open. Focus on like really saying prayers, writing letters, you know, affirmations, saying that I am lovable, saying that's an affirmation that you can say every single morning. You wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, say that you're lovable. When you're putting on your like if you do have a routine, like say you have to wipe off some toner, even when you're washing your face off, angel number 737, say I'm wiping away all other people's expectations and projections of me. I am lovable. I accept myself for who I am. And as you're putting on your daily moisturizer, or you could say I want the world, the world will see me as I am. I am presenting myself in a way that I want to be seen. Like you can say these affirmations to not only speak life into yourself, but speak life into your potential soulmate. Okay, so I'm going to go into our getting into the vortex to just get a tool that we can use to really hone this in, or get just a little bit more information about this card. God, clarify this message of calling in your soulmate. You deserve love. Keep your heart open so that you may freely give and receive love. I exude an energy of strength and calm while experiencing moments of change. Why is it so important for us to keep our heart open during breakups or times of, you know, trials and tribulations during times of, you know, singledom? Like, why is it so important for us to focus on our limiting beliefs around love? Why is it so important for us to know that we're lovable? Why are you asking us to keep the window open? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. What do we need to know? One card. Oh. Angel number 901. Y'all, like, you know what? Let me just talk my shit for a minute. Because I be like getting discouraged as fuck. Let me just have a moment of honesty. Angel number 911. I be so fucking discouraged because like nobody be looking at these videos. I be having like 5 and 6 videos. My one loyal like person. I love you. Whoever you are, just know I love you. Well, I love you. Every time you like my video, I be like, I know it's you. I know it's you. I fuck with you. So, you know, I be just like in my feelings. And like, I'm like, does this matter? Not even that it doesn't matter, but it's like, it's hard to keep doing something when you don't have like, you know, feedback, or you have somebody like rooting you on. But then it's like, I would listen to these messages and like apply what I'm hearing into my life. And I know that it's ultimately helping me. And so I'm like, but I believe in these messages. Like, they have to be good. And I'm like, I don't know. I just really believe in this and the information that's going. And so I'm like, well, maybe, I'm going to use this for something else. I say all that to say that I can't even make this up, because guess what the card that flew out? Relationships I don't want. Clarify those I do want. What did I say in the beginning of this message? What did I just say? I said, God is telling you to keep your heart open, because if you just go through the winds of change, if you just handle every breakup like it's going to get you closer and closer to your person, then it eventually would. I said this at the top of this video, and then this card came out. I believe in myself. I think I just started to really believe in myself. Like, when shit like this happens, it's like, I'm not making this shit up. Like, I'm really good. Anyways, I'm done. Off my ego trip. Relationships I do not want. Clarify those I do want. Whenever you know what you do not want, you always know more clearly what you do want. And so any prominent moment of awareness of another's undesirable situation, give your undivided attention to the improvement that has latched from your interaction / observation. Meaning, you just had a shitty relationship. You just have this person who comes in and out of your life, who fuck the shit out of you and never talk to them again, who is the author of confusion. And it's like, you don't want that in your life, right? And so God is saying, instead of closing your heart out and making this interaction with this person feels like, oh, God, nobody's going to love me, I'm not lovable. Instead, you use this undesirable situation. I don't want somebody who's going to come in and out of my life. I don't want somebody who's going to play games. I want clarity. So it's like, when you know that, right, you send those vibrations out. Remember when I first started this message, it was talking about how these are vibes, the doors open. But if you allow those failed relationships, if you allow them to make you feel unlovable, make you feel like, if you internalize all of this, you can't get the love, because you're going to internalize it. And when you internalize it, you're going to close those doors and close your heart out. And then you can't get the person that's truly meant for you, as your number 1222. So that's why God is saying, don't even be happy. Be grateful when a relationship fall apart, because it's getting you closer and closer to your person. So just start clapping like, yes, get the fuck out. Hurry up, get the fuck out. Yes, no, let me hurry up and get over this nigga so that I can get my husband, okay? This is how we gotta start looking at this shit, okay? We energetically dating out this motherfucker, okay? All right. And as you learn to do that, not only will you be increasing the value to others, but you will see how your relationship with others add immersively to your own well-being. So again, it's like, remember, I think, was it last summer? I was talking about how you have to use the universe like it's like you're at a restaurant, as if like an ordering service. And so you have this, you have an interaction with somebody. It doesn't really give you what you want. You like, universe, send this shit back. I don't want this type of nigga. Like, I want him to look good. I want him to fuck me good. I want all of these good things, but keep the confusion, keep the side chicks, and just let him be loyal. And then you allow the universe to do its thing. You work on calling that person in, having, calling this person in, saying your affirmations that you're lovable, that you're keeping your heart open, that you're going with change, and then that person comes in. You can attract that person in. Oh, this is, I'm about to try this. I'm about to try this, because I really feel like God is showing us, like, use these fuck boys to get closer to your husband. Like, this is how you do it. And you do it by, you take that fuck boy experience and you say, okay, I want this, but I don't want this, that. Release that person, grieve that relationship, and then focus on loving yourself, feeding yourself, and then God will send you somebody that's a little bit closer. And even if that person isn't exactly the next one, you can still, again, do the same result. It's like, damn, like, God is teaching us how to order up a husband. I'm about to try this. I will report back. Look. My every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. Whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are sending out a request to attract more things like the subjects of your thoughts. So this again, why God is saying your relationships that you don't want, clarify the ones that you do want. Our problem is in the past that we were using these relationships that we don't want, and we were allowing it to confirm limiting beliefs. We're not lovable, this, like all of this other bullshit, instead of using it for what it is. And that's why we attracted more bullshit, because we were still focusing on the unlovable instead of being like, oh, this person is just getting me closer and closer to the person that I'm actually supposed to be with. And so instead of taking the experiences with this person personally, you take the experience, what you want from it, and then you only focus on what you want, and you don't even focus on the bad stuff. So then that when a new person come in, they have the good stuff and maybe some new bad stuff. You see what I'm saying? And then you keep doing that process until eventually you meet the person that have all the things that you asked the universe for through your process of elimination. I also feel like that's why God is saying we have to date. I think the problem is so often we get in relationships and then we like, oh, you the one. Oh, this is it. And the guy is like, no, you don't know. And then when we have those red flags or have those moments, or when it's like the universe telling us this not the person, instead of taking that advice, we internalize it, and we're going to work harder, we're going to make it work, instead of releasing it so that we can get closer and closer to that person. That's why that whole ride or die bullshit, that mentality, fucked up black girls. Fucked up little black girls. Because we just thought that in order to be a good girlfriend, you had to be a ride or die. I mean, you had to take all types of bullshit. And that's the last thing that God will want you to do. All right, so let me just read this really quickly. My every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. Whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are still sending out a request to attract more things like the subject of your thoughts. And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experiences come to you, come in response to your vibrational invitation. Notice how things are turning out for you is a very clear way of understanding which vibrational request you are emanating. Pause. Noticing how things are turning out for you is a very clear way of understanding which vibrational requests you are emanating. And so if you continually find yourself in situations where people make you feel less than, that make you question your worth, then I'm sorry, but deep down inside, you don't feel lovable, because you would not be attracting those experiences in your life. And so that's why God is saying we have to do these affirmations. We have to do the work to deprogram ourselves so that we can call in our soulmate. You see what I'm saying? If you've been having, toxic relationship after toxic relationship, you have to look at what you believe on the inside, because some type of your beliefs is what's manifesting these things into your life. Because you are always getting the essence of what you think about, whether you want it or not. And so if you don't feel lovable, if you don't feel like, there's somebody out there that's going to get you, or that God perfectly created for you, then that means that when you do have these toxic situations, or when you have these, people who treat you less than, all it's doing is verifying and confirming your limiting belief. And so you keep feeling, I deserve this. You close your heart out, and then that's all you can get. And so God is saying, no, you keep your heart open. You use these fuckboys to get closer to your man, and you focus on really changing your limiting beliefs from the inside out, and going with the winds of change with confidence. Angel number 1833. I really love that message. I tend to co-create from my place of positive attraction. So again, God just trying to help us energetically date, and so that we can get closer and closer to the people who are truly meant for us. All right, God. I'm going to end this message with a little note from the universe, since I'm way over my 15-minute mark. Not way over, like 3 minutes. But let's try to stay under 20. So, dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, calling in our soulmate, you deserve love. I keep my heart open so that I may freely give and receive love. I exude an energy of strength, calm, while experiencing moments of change. My every thought is attracting its vibrational match. Relationships I don't want, clarify the relationships that I do want. God, why is it so important for us to focus on keeping our heart open during failed relationships? Why is it so important for us to use these fuckboys to get closer and closer to our husband? God, what do you want us to know about relationships, clarifying the relationships we don't want, clarifying the ones that we do. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Give us one card that we can focus on. And this is the card we have. It's time for a love fest. Angel number 1953. God is saying he wants you to keep your love is never in vain. Yeah, God is wanting you to keep your love. And then it says your soulmate is here. So it's like this on the table. It's not only about being right. God is saying it's time for you to keep your heart open. I honestly feel like this whole, I keep telling you guys that, you know, this world, our life, the human experience is all about cycles. And this next cycle of our human experience is about divine relationships, divine partnerships, and divine communities. And so this is why God is saying it's so important for us to work on our limiting beliefs around love. A lot of us, in order to truly ascend to our level, and not even ascend to our level, I want you guys to know a lot of us, it is in our contract, it is in our life plan to have our soulmate. And honestly, you closing your heart out is blocking your ascension. And so for a lot of you guys, you may feel weak because you want to love, or you may feel weak because you're like, I'm out here looking for a husband. But the reason why you feel that way is because it's in your soul contract. It's a part of your ascension journey to meet this person. And so this is why God is really telling you that you have to work on your limiting beliefs. Keep your heart open. Know that all those relationships, those failed toxic relationships, are doing nothing but getting you closer and closer to the ones that you do want. And that as you keep focusing on, you know, what you do want, on your affirmations, on your visualizations, on handling these moments of time with ease, then you will eventually manifest the guy of your dreams. All right, y'all. Angel number 2133. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of the message, give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let somebody tell you what you can't do. And there are no rules. Do your shit. Do it for you. Okay, I'm done. All right, y'all. I love you, and I will see you soon.